Hello, beautiful souls. Namaste. So I haven't done a reading in a hot minute. Been super, super busy. And I kept getting the nudge this morning while I was showering. Man, I got a lot of fuzzies on me. Just noticed how many little fuzzies I have. Yeah, when I was in the shower, I kept getting the little nudge that I should do a reading today, and I actually was fighting it. So, I feel the energy is very, resistant. I was trying to find the right word. Thank you, Spirit. Resistant. There's a resistant energy to whatever is happening right now for many people. So, I know better. So even though I was resisting it, Spirit won out, and I said, okay, fine, I will do a quick reading. And it's mainly because I have a lot to do, and so I'm trying to stay focused and getting everything done. So we're going to start off with the Energy Oracle deck. I never know if it's coming forward or backwards to you guys, but let's do our little prayer. Holy Spirit, I trust and believe that these messages are coming from Source and are of truth as we are seeking wisdom, clarity, and understanding. We are divinely protected now and always. I do ask permission before tapping into anyone's energy, and I want to thank all the love teams that are going to be gathering to bring forward these messages. Ashe. Okay. Get my ego to kind of step aside so that I can make sure these messages are coming from Spirit and not from my own mind. So, I'm just hearing someone kind of wondering how this works. So it might be someone new to my channel. So channeling is kind of like tuning into a radio station. Our ego is our thoughts, our mind, right? So when I channel, I kind of just, I switch the channel to the divine channel, and I let my ego just kind of take a back step. So I'm here physically, but mentally I'm more checked out, so that it's not my brain coming up with the ideas and thoughts. It's tuned into a different channel that is allowing the information to come through. That's kind of all it is. It sounds really woo-woo and complicated, but it's not if you understand basic wavelengths and things like that. It's really simple. And I do believe we are getting very, very close to science being able to really, through studies and whatnot, verify all this, because channeling is nothing new. It's been around since humankind. I don't have water in here. Uh-oh. There's already resistance in the throat chakra, so that's not good. Because as you could tell, I was not... I was not coughing before I started this. Okay. Whoa, jeez. Cards are already trying to come out. I'm not going to take them because I want to wait till my energy is settled. Okay. What messages do we have for those that are going to be tuning in to this message? To this video? I keep hearing V. Thinking woman? I feel that's the main energy, because I felt led to just put that right in the center. So this might be regarding a woman. Sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron. This is your third eye energy. I also heard when I said this might be a woman, I heard, or someone who identifies as a woman. Feathers might be significant to you right now. I'm hearing like right now. Woman holding a heart. And we'll pull one more. A lot of feminine energy in this reading. They're pointing out the butterfly, so transformation. Yeah, there's two butterflies I'm noticing. The first one they pointed out was the one on her hat at the top. And then I heard look up, and I looked up to this card, and there's a butterfly in that one as well. I'm going to pull one more, but I'm kind of already hearing stuff come through. Whoa. Oh, man holding a coin. A lot of patience on the bottom of the deck. And this actually really kind of makes sense with what I'm hearing. So this female energy, and I am going to go with this female energy, this feminine energy, we'll say feminine, because that's what I feel with this card coming out and wanting to be centered, that this is what this is centered around. So this could be either you, or it could be someone in your, I wanted to say circle or close vicinity, or someone important to you that is going through this. So I'm hearing you might be someone tuning in because there's someone you know that is going through this, and this feminine energy has been, because I'm seeing nose in the books, so this is someone who's been spending a lot of time they're really pointing out the word thinking. So I was going to say learning, but it's more like pondering. It's more like studying, but not so much in the sense of studying for school, more studying of self. Because with this third eye, this is a feminine energy that their eye is opening. Their third eye is opening. I heard know thyself. They're really showing the blues and purples, which is really referring to like your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown chakra, because those are blues and purples. So this is about like an ascension of going more transformation, but I'm hearing more of evolving. This person is also, with this card, this is someone who is wearing their heart on their sleeves. Literally. I just noticed as I said that. She's got like a heart on her arm. That's funny. I never noticed that before. I notice something new every time I do a reading. And I've had these cards a very long time. This is actually a really beautiful energy, because I feel that as this feminine energy is coming out of their shell, but they're seeing the world through the eyes of the divine. And what I'm seeing is someone standing in front of the mirror, and they're seeing their self through the eyes of the divine for the first time. And with they keep drawing my eye to this giant heart, and I just feel like there's just so much. By the way, sourdough bread might be significant. I don't know why that just popped in, but when I looked at this, it made me think of those videos where they do the fancy sourdough bread, where they cut it real fancy, so when it comes out baked, it looks really cool. So that might be significant to you. But this person is I'm trying to put it into words because I can feel the energy, but the words are, it's like trying to find the right words to describe what I'm feeling with this energy that's coming through, because it's around love, but not necessarily romantic love. It's that divine love. I've had personal experiences with this kind of love, and it's really hard to describe in human language because it's a divine love. It's understanding. It's like showing the world I love myself because I am love. But it's not in a conceited way, like, oh, I'm like a vanity way where I'm so beautiful, I'm so this, I'm so that. It's just this really deep understanding and knowing that we come from that love. And when your third eye is open to that, and you're seeing yourself through the eyes of the divine, it's very transformative. You don't go back. You can never go back once you see that and understand that. It's like a mastering of that lesson of self, of the truth of who you are. That this is just the shell. And it's like she took her heart out of her body to show the world, like, this is what we are. This is what I am. I need some information on this man holding a coin because he kind of threw me off. So let's see. We're going to just use tarot to see if we can get a little information on him. I'm inclined to say this might be representing the masculine-feminine balance. Yeah, they're going to give me more, but they're saying to definitely go in that direction. So this will be a twofold. I'm hearing even trifold. So one meaning here is definitely masculine, feminine energy, a balance of that. So the man holding a coin it's representative of earth energy. So being very grounded. You know, coins represent our tie to the material world, to the physical world, right? So this is a balancing of that feminine and masculine energy. And again, seeing through the third eye and understanding that while we are experiencing, while we're having this experience on earth as a divine being in a flawed human body, there is an understanding of balance. There's an understanding of, okay, I am having a physical experience, so there is a need to pay attention to that and do the things I need to do within this physical realm, while still remembering that first and foremost, I am this divine being. So there is definitely a lesson here about being balanced in that feminine and masculine energy. And everybody has that feminine and masculine energy balance within them. It's energy. It's not about gender. It's not about being a man or a woman. It's about energy, the masculine energy. So the way they're telling me to describe it is, it's so simple. It's the masculine energy is the input that the feminine energy receives. If you think like an outlet, you plug in the outlet, you plug in a plug into the outlet, right? In nature, the male inserts into the female, right? So this is a common theme that we have to have both energies, and we give it the label of feminine and masculine just as a way to describe the energy. But one energy is the giver, the energy is the receiver. That's what keeps the cycle going. That's why energy is not created nor destroyed. It's just a cycle. Even the coin he's holding is round, representative of that. One more shuffle. So I'm a little distracted because a guy pulled up in a truck next door, like right next to me, and just parked right next to me. And he's got tinted windows. So I'm sure they're over here staring at me going, what is she doing? I'm out in front of my house, so. But I live across from apartments, and I don't know why they why don't pull into a parking spot, but whatever. Tell me more about this man holding a coin. Also, they're telling me to say we've got air signs, water signs, and earth signs. Take that didn't come all the way out. Tell me about this man holding a coin. They are pointing out the numbers, so 43, 34, or 7 might be significant. It can be ages, it could be in reference to a month, lucky numbers, something you've been seeing a lot of. Tell me more about this man holding a coin. Oop, there we go. And now we have fire signs. I was just thinking that too. I was like, we have everything but fire signs, and here comes our fire sign. And he's a king, which is the equivalent of the man in these decks. So, King of Wands is a masculine energy that's taking action. So I definitely feel this could be also in reference to a masculine person or a man. I'm hearing Aries, but I don't remember if that's a fire sign or not. Now I need to know if is this a love interest to this feminine energy, or is this representative of her energy? Let's see. The Hierophant. This could be in regards to marriage. This could be a masculine energy who is, I'm always very cautious when I say these because I don't like to get people's, a lot of hurting people tune into tarot. I'm sorry I have to say this, I'm feeling led to say this. A lot of very hurt people tune into tarot with hopes of hearing how their exes are going to come back into their life and this and that. I don't feel that's this is, I don't give false hope, okay? I don't do love readings. I do feel this is someone who is, that being said, I do feel this is someone who is, I'm being careful how I word this. This person is moving towards that mindset. This is definitely a separate energy. This is a masculine energy who is taking actions towards a commitment. But this is being rooted in the divine. With this Hierophant here, I feel this is very, it's being divinely guided. I don't feel this is someone who's overly religious or even overly spiritual, but this is someone who is in tune in their own way of being in tune. So this is not someone who would identify as spiritual or religious, but they are definitely in tune because the energy coming off this is very strong. And this person is very determined too. That's what the other energy that's coming through. And I feel like, Justice on the bottom. I didn't pull it, but it just showed up. This dynamic, we are moving into a romantic dynamic, I feel, because what I'm feeling is this dynamic between this man and this woman, I do feel it is a man and a woman, or someone who identifies as a woman and someone who identifies as a man, is very balanced. And with these two cards coming out together, it's divinely guided. Like, this is a divinely guided situation. So this is not someone that you've been waiting to hear from or anything like this. This is likely someone that you're already in a connection with, and you would know instinctually and intuitively that this is a healthy connection. So if your connection is leaving you full of doubts and insecurities, and you're stressed out all the time and things like that, this message is not for you. This is going to be a message for someone who has been going through a transformation process. But what I also keep hearing, and I keep skipping over it and they keep bringing me back to it, is this is helping this woman going through this transformation is also helping this man to go through the transfer, because it's almost like he is seeing the truth through her eyes now, and it's helping him on his own journey. It just doesn't look the same as hers. It's different. He's experiencing it differently than she is, but he's experiencing it almost through her experience. I don't know how else to word that. Hopefully it makes sense. I just heard, I am the tiger. Is that like a Katy Perry song? Anything else on this man holding a coin, Holy Spirit, that would help make this make sense? I can't even talk. Blah, 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 blah. This might be someone who has a hard time articulating their feelings, which would make sense with this earth sign energy. Sometimes they're a little less expressive emotionally. Yeah, that Five of Wands wanted to pop out. That's like, ooh, this one, here we go. Whoa. And there it goes. I was just going to say the Five of Wands wanted to pop out. I put it back in, and guess what popped back out? This masculine energy, this man, he has a lot of inner conflict going on. And that's what's keeping him kind of stuck. But it's not a stuck in a bad way. What I feel with this stuck energy is, again, you know, he's connecting into his own version of beliefs of the divine to work through this stuff. Again, she is helping him to do this, because this is like, I was hearing like a mentor or a guide almost kind of energy. I do feel he might be in a season right now where, you know, he's feeling some loss. But I feel the purpose of this is a shift in mindset as to what's important in life. Because this, again, this is, you know, this particular masculine energy is very earth-minded. So he's very concerned with money. He's very concerned with earthly things. But what he's going through right now is this inner transformation that's he's not being forced into this. He's allowing it, because he could come out of this at any time. He's not tied up in a way that like he couldn't get out. He's allowing it, and it's uncomfortable, but it's his higher self that's having him keep pushing on this path of transformation and change. And I feel it's because he sees that this feminine energy has gone through this, and he can trust the process. There's this feeling of mutual trust in this connection. He really respects this person, because, you know, I keep being drawn back to this, and this is like someone that, yes, we can respect the woman who's emotionally mature and loving and caring, but this man, he is more attracted to a woman who knows her self-worth and value and is intelligent. So the respect is there, not so much because that she's loving and caring, but because he can see, I don't know, there's just, I don't know how to explain this. There's just a lot of respect here for this person. So even though this does feel like it probably, even though the Two of Cups has not come out, so I can't confirm that this is a love relationship. But what I can confirm is that this person has a lot of love and respect for this. This man has a lot of love and respect for this woman, because she is helping him to see the truth about himself as well. And it's causing a lot of internal chaos, but from that chaos is coming clarity and understanding and growth. Yeah, and a surrendering with Temperance on the bottom. This person, this masculine energy has been on this journey for a long time. The Eight of Wands is in the back. Eight of Wands is forward action, which makes sense with that King of Wands. But he's kneeling down with this Ace of Wands in his hand. He's at the Nine of Wands, almost to the Ten of Wands, almost to the end of this journey. And I think this is a laying down of the resistance. Remember I was feeling that resistance in the beginning of the reading? This is like, I'm feeling like there's an aha moment coming, if it hasn't already happened, for this man, where he's like, oh, I don't have to keep fighting this. I can trust this. I can, it's not so much give in as it is just trust the process and stop resisting it so much. Again, this is all his version of his own transformation process. This person may not call it an awakening. He may not call it spiritual or religious. He may not give it a name. He may not even be thinking about it consciously. This could all be happening on a subconscious level, I feel. But the changes, he is feeling the changes and he is processing it to some extent. And it's like his energy is finally, with that balance, with that angel, what was it? Temperance angel. It's like, it's bringing him, I'm hearing like a nervous system reset. So there might have been a lot of trauma or things in his past that kind of made him resistant to growth, resistant to love, resistant to loving himself. Like there was a lot of resistance, but there's like a nervous system reset through this transformation process, through this healing process, that's allowing him to experience this connection in the way it's meant to be. Like I feel like there was, I just got nauseous. There was a lot of resistance before. Whoa. And I feel as he's going through this transition process that there's and he's letting go of that resistance. It's very healing. Keep hearing, know thyself, thy true self. Okay, anything else on this man holding a coin? Nine of Pentacles. And Four of Wands at the bottom. Normally I would say this is like the Independence card, but what I'm really feeling with this energy is just, it's about loving yourself. One more pentacle would make the Ten of Pentacles, which would be like the family, which is what's here. But this is understanding you need to feel fulfilled in yourself first before you can have that with someone else. You need to feel stable within yourself. You need to love yourself, love who you are, like yourself as a person. Work on your own healing and be independent in that way so that you're not becoming codependent on someone else. Codependent either financially, codependent emotionally. If you want a healthy connection with someone, you have to be able to stand on your own within those things first so that you understand that what you're bringing to the table with someone else is stability. That's what this is, stability. Let me see if I can get anything else on this feminine energy here. Let's see. And then we'll close this out. These people are kind of weirding me out. Okay. Anything else on this feminine energy? Whoa. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, Six of Swords. I feel this is like the feminine energy just leading the way. very calmly. What is with these people? Sorry, they're kind of weirding me out. They just keep driving back and forth. Again, with the blues and the purples representing these three chakras, she's kind of leading the way. She's gone through the lessons. Those are the swords. She's mastered them. And now she's just moving very calmly and graciously in that swan boat in the moonlight, kind of leading the way. This is not someone who's big and flashy about things. There's just this this deep knowing. How do I describe what I'm feeling? I can relate to what I'm feeling on this energy, so I'll say it in the way that I would say it. It's like when you've been through these awakening processes and you are seeing through the eyes of God, through the eyes of the divine. You look at the world very differently. You're no longer judging people or situations. You understand that everyone's on their own journey, and you kind of end up leading by example a little bit, because you, when you are walking in that divine light, other people recognize that. Other people see that, and it's kind of like becoming a template. And this is happening, I feel, all over the planet. Like, people are going through these transformation, these awakening, these healing processes, and they're becoming a light, a beacon of light for their own little circles, their own little communities, right? So it's the same in this situation. She's kind of moving forward with her life, but in the process of that, she's kind of become a sort of guide, and not in a way that she may not even be aware, I feel like, because she's really just kind of minding her own business here. But she's helping others to kind of see the path. Definitely for this man, at least. Whoa. I don't know what that was. I just fell to the ground. Hold on. When they fly, they fly. Yeah. She's helping people to confront their ego. And this, yeah, thank you, Spirit. The World card is on the end and the Ego card. So I think this is where we're going to end it, and I'm going to explain this energy. She's showing the way by simply living her experience and showing people, not showing people because that insinuates she's doing it on purpose. This feels more like she's just having her experience and people are witnessing it and it's affecting them. But what she's showing is the mirror. I'm seeing this as like she's holding a mirror up to people so that people can see their own devils within. And that being symbolic of the things that you struggle with. And that this energy is saying you can conquer, you can win, you can overcome all those demons within yourself. And she's showing people how to do that by just doing it and living our life. Yeah. And this, I just cut the deck on this out of curiosity. And this is that masculine energy. It's helping him to drop down into his emotional energy. Because again, this is someone who is normally not in touch with their emotions very well. They acknowledge they're there, but they don't really allow themselves to feel deeply. And she's helping him to do this. Again, I nothing came out showing that this is necessarily a romantic relationship. So it could be a father-daughter, it could be a brother sister, it could be two friends, it could be a romantic relationship, it could be all of the above. I don't know who's going to be tuning into this. So but yeah, it's definitely centered around this female energy. So there is definitely, and thank you, Spirit. I am hearing, to tie this up, that, and I myself have believed this as well. So this is kind of confirmation for Spirit to be bringing this up. But this is really also speaking to, on a grander scale, that the feminine energy is coming back into its power. And it's not a power of ego, whereas the masculine energy has, for too long, used ego as a way to usurp its dominance over the feminine energy, which we would call the patriarchy, right? This is about the energies coming into balance. So what we're seeing is, through feminism and things like that, is really what's happening is just that feminine energy taking back its rightful place next to and equal to the masculine energy. So I think that's why I felt led to put this, yes, this is referring to a specific people, but it's also referring to the energy in general, that what we are seeing is more of that feminine energy waking up. You also see this within men. You see men who were typically, I hate this term, but alpha, and these men that had this old patriarchal way of thinking about how the man and women should be in relationships and things like that. You're seeing men begin to heal their feminine energy, and and that's what I was saying with that King of Cups, is they're coming in touch with their emotions, and they're beginning to understand, oh, that's not a thing. Like, we all have this energy within us. We all have a right to feel what we feel as human beings. And so the feminine energy, through these awakening processes, through seeing through the third eye, through the eyes of God, through the eyes of the divine, it's helping to open the hearts, the emotions, the love that we have within us, helping us to connect to that through the divine, because we are love. That's what the divine is. And it's helping to bring everything back into balance. This feminine energy right here, this is like not taking any bullshit. That's why the masculine energy is beginning to really respect the feminine energy, is because the feminine, as the feminine energy is healing individually in people, but also globally, and they're taking their power back, and they're saying, no, we are not beneath you. We are meant to be next to you. You need us and we need you. And the basics understanding of this is, we can't procreate life without both. You need the input and the receiver to create life, right? So this is that understanding, the energy's coming into balance. So the masculine, through the feminine healing, is beginning to heal its own feminine energy within, if that makes sense. Well, that was a weird one, huh? Yeah, but anyways, thank you, Spirit. We're going to close this out with a little message card, which I brought, which I thought would be kind of nice. The deck does not have a name, so I don't know. It just says scan to download the guidebook. I never actually did that, so I don't know. I should probably do that sometime. But I just like the cards. They're just cute little message cards. So let's end this out with a message and see what it says. Okay. Let's see. Whoa. So many coming out. Oh, here we go. Oneness is my true nature. And we'll take one more from the top just to see. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. Okay. So those are the messages. I hope they resonate and help whoever tuned in. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you next time. Namaste.